Hello and welcome back to the channel where today we're talking about merch. Let's get into it. So, as I've made clear on this channel, I like to talk about the 501st and give people tips and facts about the Legion that I am a part of. And today I thought it'd be fun to talk about merch because it's actually one of the biggest things in the Legion for some people. As you can see for me, I love the 501st merch. But I thought I'd talk about 501st merch today and a bit what it's all about and the different kinds of merch. This may not be important for people that are already in the Legion, but it's one aspect of the Legion, albeit a smaller one, that people really enjoy. Look, the biggest part of the Legion is getting together with a community of like-minded people and going out and putting smiles on people's faces. To me, that is the biggest part of the Legion and that is the most important part. The merch is a side part, albeit one that I love, but it is a side part and I think we get a little bit too focused on the merch sometimes and forget this is about making people happy. That's the biggest thing. But besides that, let's talk about merch today. So, what is 501st merch? Well, 501st merch is a thing that started pretty early on in the Legion, and it was a way for garrisons and the Legion to show off themselves and what they were proud of and to make us recognizable and identifiable. And it's kind of ballooned over the years into just this massive collecting and trading aspect of the Legion. So I would say there are 3, maybe 4 major merch areas of the Legion. There are some smaller parts that we can talk about afterwards, but I'm going to focus on the main ones. So there is a collection on this table, as you can see, but we're actually not going to start on this table, and we're going to actually start with what I'm wearing here. This is the 501st racing shirt. This is a identifiable shirt that you might see 501st members wearing at conventions, at troops, you might see handlers wearing them, but basically it's an identifiable shirt that shows you that we are a member of the 501st. These can be garrison specific, these can be detachment specific, these can be Legion, worldwide Legion specific, but a lot of the time you'll see people wearing their garrison's racing shirt, and a garrison might show up to a troop wearing their shirt. Now, I'm part of the UAE garrison, and because I'm a fairly new member, we haven't had a merch run of 501st UAE garrison racing shirts, so I haven't got a UAE racing shirt. What I do have is this wonderful Chinese garrison racing shirt. I love this racing shirt. It's actually my only racing shirt I own. A little bit about 501st members will know this, but merch has to happen in smaller quantities and over runs due to the licensing with Lucasfilm and Disney and them letting us use their trademark to put out merch of our own. So you work in runs. We haven't had a UAE garrison run yet while I've been in the Legion, so I haven't got a UAE one. But the Chinese garrison opened up their run to the whole Legion and offered people to be able to buy their shirts. So I got one and I really like it. I thought as a first shirt for the Legion, this was a cool one because it's not super garrison specific. It does say Chinese garrison here, but it looks like a very just normal Legion shirt. I love the black and the red. I think it looks super cool, and I think that's very typically 501st. So that is your first area of 501st merch, is these racing shirts. They're sort of a lightweight material. You can wear them over the top of a shirt, you can wear them as just a shirt, but these are one of the things that you'll see 501st members wearing at troops, especially when we're arriving to troops, and also handlers will wear these while they're helping our costumed characters walk around where they might not be able to see or have trouble with vision, movement, anything like that. So if you see the 501st, the UAE garrison out and about, you will see some of our handlers wearing our racing shirts. So that's racing shirts. Beautiful bits of kit, absolutely love them. Let's move on to something else. We're gonna go with the elephant in the room here, and that is patches. So patches are a huge part of the 501st, and everyone loves collecting patches. Now, patches can be garrison, detachment, they can be Legion patches, and then you can also have personal patches. Now, personal patches don't fit in with the merch runs and all that kind of stuff. These are personal patches made by garrison and Legion members for themselves. But let's talk about garrison, Legion, and detachment patches. Some people just like to collect them. Some people like to put them on racing shirts. I have this biker style cut that I've had for years, and this is what holds a lot of my patches. So just to go over a couple of my patches here, we have what's the best way to do this? Right, we have I'm going to try and focus on this. We have the Nima Outpost, which is the Rebel Legion UAE patch. We have a Outer Rim Japan Celebration patch. Look, a lot of these patches were given to me or I've traded for them. We have this non-501st patch, which is a Stormtrooper doing a heart, which I got off Etsy. We have the 501st Legion patch. This is a cool patch. It's a very special patch. We have my Union Jack up at the top to signify that I'm English, if you didn't know that. Over here we have the Special Ops, 501st Legion Special Ops patch, which I got given. We have Grogu, because why not? We have one of the original, this one is so cool. We have one of the original UAE Garrison patches, which is beautiful. And then at the bottom, we have a personal patch. This is Pete, pretty much our only Stormtrooper at the moment. This is his personal patch. And then obviously on the back, I have this massive UAE Garrison patch, which, not trying to be biased, but I think they're one of the coolest patches. I think we have one of the coolest logos. Anyway, on the front, I have a few more patches. Just some patches that were already on the jacket that I own. So I've got a Stormtrooper up here, the Imperial Cog. I've got This Is the Way and May the Force Be With You. Not 501st patches, but just patches that I've owned. I then have a lung cancer awareness patch that was done as a charity patch. I have a 501st Legion UAE Garrison, the 16-year patch. I have the California Super Commandos, which is another cool... It's very hard to focus on these. This one down here, it's a California Super Legion. It's a super cool patch. It's the Mall Commandos. They're cool. What else do I have on here? I have a patch that I got from Batu. This little Batu patch. I love that. And then lastly, on the front, I just have... Try to spin these around for you. I have a UAE... I got a UAE Garrison patch and a Jakku Outpost patch from 2022. Those are all the patches that are on my patch jacket. The patch jacket is a great option to wear if I'm not wearing a racing shirt. This 100% shows that I'm in the Legion. I've got some spare patches hanging around that I can use to trade with other Garrison members at stuff like Celebration, or if I'm at Disney or something like that and I run into other ones. I've got this gold UAE Garrison patch, which is really quite beautiful, the 16-year patch, and then I have a spare gold Jakku patch as well, which I'm saving for trading because, it's a great way to connect with other members in the Legion, especially if you're at conventions away from your home, if you are at things like Celebration, if you're doing multi-Garrison events. It's a really nice way to connect, and again, it shows how worldwide and how connected this Legion is, in that we have, I've got patches from the US and all that across, I've got patches from Japan, so it's just really nice to show how we're connected, and it just brings us together a little bit more. Next thing is stickers. Stickers are a bit different. I mean, people just make their own stickers. I have so many stickers that I don't even know where I got half of these from. Most of these are from Sexy Rexy. In our Garrison, but a couple of the ones I like. This is a super cool sticker. We've got this sticker. We've got stuff like the Hong Kong Garrison Star Wars Celebration Japan sticker, which is one I really wanted. We've got Mr. Sexy Rexy's Japan sticker, and just other bits and pieces like this, like another Celebration sticker, more Rex the Sexy, he might know, more of his stickers because he is in our Garrison, and then just other bits and pieces with people's designations on them as well. Something I want to get done is starting with making my own stickers. I'd love to get my own stickers on. I do have Blues Armory stickers somewhere. I usually keep some in a top pocket here, but I actually have, just to give out and about, I have my logo. I got these stickers made. I designed this sticker and got it made. It's just the channel logo, and I thought it'd be cool. So I always keep some of those on my person to give away or trade. They're not incredible stickers, but I quite like them. Before we get onto the last bit of merch, there are other things. There are hats, there are just t-shirts. There are all kinds of things. There's currently, I think, on the forums, there's a blanket. There's all kinds of things that people can make. As long as they're approved, you can go ahead and make them. So there's loads of other things that you can make as well. Moving on to the last thing. Now, this is probably my favorite part of merch collecting, are challenge coins. What are challenge coins? Because I didn't really know until I got into the Legion. I'm going to take some of these out of their protective sleeves. So the challenge coin comes from, you know, a military background. And with the 501st originally sort of set up to replicate in some way a military structure. Challenge coins are something that are issued in the military, in the police force, in all kinds of different services likewise, and they are just designations of parts of whatever service you did. So the 501st started doing their own. There is obviously a game that comes with this, which is a coin check. So let's say you are at an after-con event with all of your new friends from around the world in the Legion, and someone presents a coin down on the table. The other members then have to present their own coin down on the table, and the person that can't present a coin is buying the drinks. And if you present a coin and everyone else presents a coin on the table, then you are buying the drinks. It's just a fun little thing to do. So I love these coins. I think they're beautiful. I've just pulled a few of them because I've got more behind me, but I always carry one on my person when I'm traveling, just in case I bump into any 501st members. So I have this these are gonna be so hard to see. The 25 years 501st coin, this thing is just beautiful. Nice to have a standard 501st coin. I have a Nima Outpost, Rebel Legion UAE coin. I love this coin as well. I think it's stunning. And then I have Mr. Pete's Random Trooper coin that he so kindly gifted to me when I joined the Legion. There are so many more coins that you can have, and if you are in the Legion, you are interested in coins and you're not in the trading groups, get in there, because people trade these coins across the world and they are just cool, and they're just weighty and they feel good, and like putting one down on a table is really nice. Is there any more that I want to show off? No, I don't, but I actually have another example of a challenge coin. Not a challenge coin, but in a similar sort of vein, right? This is a non-501st coin. This is a Disney 100 coin with Han and Chewie on it, and it says Disney 100 on the back. So coins do come in other things, but the 501st coins usually are 501st related. And that's kind of it, right? That's a whistle-stop tour on 501st merchandising. Again, it is one of the things that people really like to get into. I love it. I absolutely love it. It doesn't distract me from what I know we're here to do as a Legion, but it's just something fun. And it's a great way to connect with members across the world. And if you do ever bump into members while you're on holiday or people are visiting or something like that, it's a great way just to trade and a great icebreaker to start talking to people, because it's lovely to meet people in the Legion, because you do all have this shared love of being a big nerd and dressing up in Star Wars costumes and just trying to make people happy. So it's a really nice thing to do. I love 501st merch. As you can see, I've got lots of it, and I would love to have more and trade with people and all that kind of stuff. So I now do, if we are planning on going on holiday or anything, I do take a patch or two and I do take a coin or two, just in case I happen to have the time to bump into a 501st member and have a little trade with them. But it is a fantastic way just to engage with the Legion, get chatting and meet new people, and I love that about the Legion. But yeah, that's pretty much it for 501st merchandising. A little bit of a shorter one today, but I thought it'd be a fun video to explain to people that might not know about this, how it kind of works. So there you go, that is 501st merch for you. That will do it for this week's video. Thank you very much for watching. Appreciate all of you. I hope you have a great week ahead. Happy crafting. Have a wonderful week again. Anyway, goodbye.